watching. My goodness, it's windy out here today. But here's what we're going to do. So many people, I see this question a lot. This is for beginners. This is not for the experienced guy. This is for the guy who just got the Livescope, the Christmas present, the birthday present, Valentine's Day present, Easter present, whatever you get me for. And you don't know what to do. Maybe the older gentleman or something like that just is not as into tech. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reset my screen to default. I'm going to show you exactly how I set my screen up like you'll set it up. Now, you may learn over time that you like it a little different, and that's okay. But I'm going to show you how I set my basic screen up and what I turn on, what I turn off, and the things I can do. Now, one thing I won't be able to do is I'm going to have to say we're calibrating it because I can't calibrate this. You really need a calm, slick day with no wind. So I can't do that part of it. I will tag that video in the bottom. But the first thing you want to do is, of course, calibrate it. But we're going to get into Active Captain. I'm going to film this on ham, and I'll do some voiceovers. And then we'll, this will be kind of like the new guy. What he wants to do, how he wants to set it up. Let's get into it. All right, let's get right into it. This is how it looks when you first turn it on. So we got to make some adjustments. There's a few things, there's a few places you can start, but the most important thing is calibrating your compass. We couldn't do that today because it is extremely windy, but I will tag that video. After you have it calibrated, then we'll go to some next setups. There's 100 places you can start, but I always go into sonar setup, and then we'll go to color gain. Go to appearance, and then scroll down to color gain. Now, color gain is always going to be set on default. I like to jack mine up to about 80. Some people like it higher, but a guy a few months ago showed me 80, and I'm going to tell you what, it's a great place to start. Then I like to go to color limit, which is a new setting on the 26 versions and the 19 versions. I turn it to about 40. It's a good place. It's a good happy medium. And then thirdly, let's get rid of those grid overlaid lines. In the forward mode, I just don't like them. Some people like them. I don't. You're in 25, 30 foot out forward range. You have the numbers very close. It's easy to see. Now then we're going to change our reverse range. I have a full video on reverse range. I'm going to tag it also to give a better explanation. And over the next few weeks, I will be going through these settings and simplifying them a little bit for the guys that are new to this. But for this purposes only, we're going to set it to reverse range off. Now that you've got that, I want to talk about depth range. I'm going to have a whole video on depth range also. I never go below 14 foot, 13 or 14 foot. Now, usually I take the depth, let's say 17, I add 3, 20 foot. Take the depth, add 3 foot, never go below it. And anything less than 10, 13 or 14 foot. Now, forward range, going to set that on about 30 foot. And then we're going to start working on some other stuff. Noise reject, going to turn it off. Ghost reject, turn it off. I know not everybody will like this, but these are good centerline base points. See, when I turned ghost reject on high, you see what it did to the screen. Now, TVG. If you don't know what TVG is, we're going to have a brand new video on that soon, just for beginners. We're going to turn TVG on low. It's where I like it. I don't turn it on medium. I definitely do not turn it on high because it really gets the screen kind of glitchy. Let's turn it on low. The next thing we need to work on is gain. Gain is just Garmin's word for sensitivity. It's how sensitive it is to things in the water. Now I'm going to turn it to 68 because that is a good solid number for this screen setup. And so I feel it's a good one. Well, let's take a look at something else that's on here that you'll see in this menu. It's your edit overlays. For new people to it, turn everything off. You don't want anything on there. You don't want any data. You don't want any navigation, any top bar, any bottom bar. Let's simplify the screens for you new guys. Later on, you may want to add something, but I don't suggest it when you're first getting started. Let's simplify it. Let's get into looking at what we like. Now, there is a feature called sonar overlays. Now, sonar overlays are your depth, your water temperature, your unit voltage, your speed, and time of day. In the new operating system on GPS maps, I'm going to turn that depth off. A lot of people, and the reason is, if you look in the bottom left-hand corner screen, there's your depth. So I don't want it big in the corner. I'll leave it small in the bottom left-hand corner. I like to have the temperature up there. I don't like to have the GPS speed, although I did leave it on in this one. I like to have the voltage, and I like to have the time of the day. Those are just personal preferences. But the one thing that I think is very important is focus. This doesn't get talked about a lot. It's going to come on auto fresh, but we're going to get it off auto fresh. And I want you to see as I go up and down how that affects the bottom. Look at the bottom and look at those. Look how flattening out. Now, what I have found is there is a certain point for every fish finder that makes that bottom perfectly fine. On mine, it's right in that 115 range. And what I see now is look how beautiful that bottom looks. And I probably can even dial it in a touch more. Guys, I hope that helped. I hope it helps for the new guy. If you have questions, ask them. If I didn't cover it, I tried to remember everything to cover, but just like anything, you forget things. So, but I hope that helps, because sometimes the hardest thing to do is to get going. And I'm gonna tell you this too. If it's new, if it's a brand new unit, and you got a GPS map unit or Echo map, I personally say put the new software on it. I love it. It works great. I think a lot of the people that didn't, they're so used to the other one because it hasn't changed in a long time. And then when this one come out, it was a change. It's different. It's not the same update that we've had for years. For the last 2 or 3 years, it's not. It's different. The picture's clearer. Some people, and with the difference in the clear picture, it kind of gives the appearance of some voids, and I've seen some here and there, but I'm learning how to get it set up where there's not many voids at all. And let's be honest, LVS 34 is coming. You're not going to stop it. LVS 32 is still going to be functional for many years to come, but LVS 34 is coming, and it's better. It's a lot better. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope this helps. Ring the bell.